Gone Mad, checking in with Kate, Amanda, and Dee Racy. This is Don't Be Extra. Viewer discretion is advised. Mic drop.
Let's see.
Okay. Coming out of quarantine, like, I have.
Oh my god, I have tried drugs. I'm in the kinky sex. That is the best fucking video. I'm in the kinky sex. I have tried drugs.
The fact that he's like surrounded by tigers, he's got his leg all jacked up in this knee brace, and he's doing that. It just makes me laugh so much. So
hilarious.
Okay, after quarantining for months, having to dye and cut our own hair. I mean,
that's exactly what people are starting to look like.
This is a blonde fucking mullet. Yes. I thought it was a wig, like a really bad wig when I first saw it. So I was at work yesterday, and all of the men are looking rough. They ain't shaven. Their hair has grown out too long. Most of them usually keep it cut, and it has just like grown out. And I'm just like, I think you're gonna have to break down and get your wife or significant other, maybe your girlfriend, whoever it is, to like cut that.
Yeah, the fact that you're learning all the people who don't know how to cut their own hair, and it's like, oh, I thought you did that shit yourself. Oh, you pay somebody to do that. Okay. So now it's like you get in that like a wait, you know, like you haven't seen the barber, huh?
So like,
got it.
A man's blue razor is like, you know, $5 for 20. A woman's pink razor.
Also, like, Terry shaves every morning. Yeah. Like every single morning, Terry's like.
Well, I mean,
it takes him like 2 seconds.
I'm thinking along the same lines as like the actual like men's haircuts. There's like $8. My brothers go get the haircut, $8. Like they trim, they do like the whole thing on their neck. They like do other stuff and then they leave. Right? I'm just like, yeah, women, it's like $65 to like $500.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on what
and they wonder why we're walking around looking crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're like, what's wrong with your nails? This shit. That's just like people who get waxed. They're fucked.
Yeah. Like,
they better hope this shit doesn't last for 3 months. They are fucked.
I saw a YouTube video of a girl that had posted where she said that she had bought like a home wax kit, and it finally got there, and like her face was so red. Like, I don't know if it was too hot, didn't use powder. I don't know what went down. It was not pretty though. She was in a lot of pain.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
No. So this next one is like what your coworkers see during a conference call into quarantine after you've been cutting your own hair, and it's where he's like all up close in like, you know, the jail, and he's like talking to the producers on the phone.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh shit, wait, go back up. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot his hair looked like that in the front.
I know, me too. What do they say? Business in the front, party in the back. So.
Who the hell took them pictures?
Yeah, like, well, he had his own. Joe Exotic did have his own network or own station. So.
Yeah. But still, like, what grown ass straight man went into a room and was like?
Okay, so you have definitely seen the crazy family photos from the past like 20 years of like when people like show up to have like, their videos and like maternity
like,
shots.
How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you to take these pictures?
And like as a photographer, like, do you learn to just to be like, well, I guess this is happening now, or are you just like?
Or are you desperate? You just also you can't be the best photographer in the world. You probably just start now. You're like, yeah, I'll do your family photos for like $25.
Yeah, it's no problem.
And then you show up and they're half naked, and you're like,
yeah, all the women in the maternity shots, and they want to be like naked and have like their husband or boyfriend like grabbing their boobs to like cover them. I'm like, when did this become a thing? Like. And who do you show that to? At what point with your friends and family
people
do you break that out?
That in their nursery. They actually put that in their nursery and shit.
Those kids are scarred.
My mom said she said she wanted to she's like, when you're pregnant, I want to do like one of those where we're all naked and we the fuck naked with you. No.
Oh my god, please send it to me if you get one.
Not doing that shit.
I'm putting that shit up in my house. So when people come over and they're like,
also, the way my body is set up. You want a picture? You want a naked picture of me? You know what, Kate?
Your whole family. Your whole family.
You, Kate, you know what? It's done. As soon as Terry traps me and knocks me up, you get in a fucking naked
maternity shot. It's like a naked maternity shot. I want to put it up in my house like the first thing people see. Like,
Terry
damn.
traps me and gets me naked, I'm gonna be like, I'm only doing this, and I'm like, I'm only.
Oh my god.
Black art.
Black art. That's it. I'll be like black art. Like I'll talk to Terry's mom.
Black
and be like,
art.
I have a picture.
Black art. Black art. Black
Oh my
art.
god. So funny.
Black art. My God.
Yeah.
I would be like, nope. They're gonna be like, why'd you take this picture? Or Kate. Kate made me do it.
Yeah, it's like, cause I have this friend and she was like, you should do it.
You know, yeah, it'll be even worse. I'll crop you in.
like Photoshop with like the edges.
I'll put your white face on like one of my sister's black bodies.
Or just like a photo bomb type thing where the person's like just in the background, just like staring.
Yeah. Also, funny, they're gonna be like, ooh. They're gonna think you're so creepy. They're gonna be like, why did she Photoshop herself in y'all's picture? They're gonna be like, Kate, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And I want you to leave that photo up in that kid's room until they go to college. Like, I want it to be like the picture.
Kids be like, what is wrong with you? It's just my Aunt Kate and my mom.
It's just Aunt Kate and my mom. They're just fucking weird. Just like a whole thing.
They didn't even want me, so.
It's like they were good. They went to like
they didn't even want
COVID-19.
Me. My dad wanted me. It was the whole thing.
It's like,
yeah, they didn't want. My mom never really wanted kids. She thought about it. She thought the idea was cool. It was more my dad.
It was more my dad, and then I came along, and they were just like, "This will be awesome."
So my mom and Aunt Kate pretty much raised me, and this is how it turned out. That's pretty much it.
Kid's gone to like clown college, bachelor school, you know, either that or he's like, you know, some sort of like Mars astronaut.
Yeah, he hates people.
No middle.
He hates the law. Yeah, he hates the law. He hates people. He's like, I don't know.
Space cowboy. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
He grew up to be a good kid. Good kid.
That's right.
Good kid. Good kid.
Remember that video or the thing I showed you? And it's like the mom and she's like driving the kid to school or like that. And then like she forgot that he was in the car. And then she like pulls over and she's like, why didn't you say anything? He's just like, in the backseat. Yeah. I was like, that's your kid.
I had to tell you.
That's going to be your kid. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the next one is Joe Exotic is Steve Irwin's Wario. Like from Wario.
Feel that?
Yeah. Joe Exotic. I'm going to be honest. A tiger just bit someone's arm off. People in the gift shop buying tiger keychains.
I love that kid. I love his face.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
But like he did. He just like ran into like the gift shop and he's like, I'm sorry. So.
Yes, wait. I gotta talk. Bruh, that is the craziest part of that whole movie. Like, he's like, pretty much what he said. He pretty much was like, somebody's arm just got bit off.
Yeah.
Y'all can either get a refund, you can take pictures with tigers, you can come back at a later date.
Well, like, the crazier part than that to me is that he basically, if you've ever been somewhere and there's like something that's gone down, you basically go in there and they're like, okay, everything's closing. Everyone just please, this is closed right now. He like runs and he's like, someone's arm just got ripped off. And I'm like at like a sideshowed, what is it they call it? A roadside attraction paying $600 to like hold some sort of poor little lost forlorn like tiger cub. And they're like, someone's arm got ripped off. I feel like at that point I have so much Mountain Dew in me and so much like meth. I'm like, I don't care. Like, is it the tiger we're gonna see?
Yeah,
you know,
like, whatever.
I feel like at that point, that's not the worst thing that's happened in your day. I just feel like that's just not it. So.
Oh, that's cool. Y'all biting arms off here? That's fine.
I do not know what this is. So. It says, looking for more big cat villagers.
Oh, Animal Crossing is back. Have you seen that?
No.
Animal Crossing is back. I don't know what the hell that one is.
Yeah, this is like some weird TikTok
Yes,
thing.
but Animal Crossing is back on the Nintendo Switch or whatever.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. This is, of course, is my favorite.
Yes.
So infamous.
Did you make that damn headband?
This one right here that I'm wearing?
Yes.
It is actually a St. Patrick's Day one that I was going to give to my niece, but I accidentally bought two, so I sent her one and kept one. And then it's a lei, like a hula lei or whatever like that.
Oh, I like it.
So, yeah, I thought this one is like gives like the really cheap version of the crazy. So, and I thought that I had like a pink shirt kind of like that, but I must have thrown it away. So I was really sad. So here's one of their pictures from their wedding. Or no, I'm sorry, it was their charity event. It's like, if you ain't trying to be like this, then swipe left. Could you imagine
Here's
those
what's
swingers?
funny, though. The top of it says her husband, and then it says not that one.
Is also too much. I feel like they're probably swingers. Like, I feel like...
They have to be 100%. 100%.
The world's most dangerous game. Let's see. Things you say when you definitely didn't feed your first husband to a tiger. If I were gonna, if somebody wanted to kill you... This is the infamous clip where she talks about the sardine oil.
Yeah.
So...
They wouldn't put cologne on you.
Yeah, they wouldn't do all that. They wouldn't put cologne on you. They would do that. So, let's see. Carol Baskin's Tigers.
The infamous Michael Frey.
Watching Tiger King and realizing they were fed Don Lewis in 1997. Like, they're all sad.
Oh, they're accomplished.
One of my favorites.
Change my mind.
The Change My Mind guy, yeah. That's infamous, yeah. It says, let's not forget about Doc Antle. My girl just got hired for an apprenticeship at Doc Antle's place.
Oh, shit.
It's a tear.
Oh, the tear.
Again, my dad's not going to drop me off and be like, don't fuck your boss. It's just not going to happen. Biggest takeaway from Tiger King for me was learning Doc Antle how to roll in Zoolander. Oh, God. Joe Exotic, Carol Baskin, and Doc Antle trying to figure out who's exploiting the big cat.
That's exactly what I thought. When we first watched the first episode, we were like, she's really jealous of him doing the same thing that she's doing.
Well,
he's mad, he's making money.
The producers honestly did not really show that she had been quite so into, like, how she got into it. They were just showing her as, like, a rescuer. And then at the end, they're like, oh, by the way, she was with this guy, like the husband we've been talking about, like... You know, like, they just wanted to raise the kittens. He ran off to Costa Rica. He might not really be dead. She might have killed him. Like, all this other stuff. So, yeah. So, watching Tiger King, and somehow the woman who wants to be a yoga animal trainer is by far the most normal person. Barbara, I hope you're living your best life right now. So.
No, seriously. She was super... Like, I'm like... She's the only normal person on this whole damn show.
Yeah. Well, like, even the guy that was his... political campaign manager was kind of like normal, but yeah.
Yeah, except she became like normal when she like was like, yeah, let my dad drop me off.
Yeah. Oh, like, well, she went back and said that she thought it was like a really faithful telling because she thinks that he's actually like a really good guy and she wasn't abused or anything while she was there. I'm like,
yeah, because everybody was pretty much like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, this is another one. This is the part that I forgot. It says, just when we thought it reached the peak crazy, the producers threw in this curveball. The drug lord freely admitting to killing and chopping up a Fed. What is this? Tiger King. Yeah. That guy that was talking about how they murdered like a federal agent and they chopped him up.
Oh, shit.
I had forgotten. And then it says, probably the most normal person on Tiger King, and he hid drugs and snakes. And that was the guy that killed all the snakes and like hid like all the drugs inside of them to get them across. I had forgotten about that. Yeah. This is one of my favorites. This dude definitely asked the producers to put a totally unnecessary action scene of him riding his jet ski in the series. Remember when, like, all of a sudden he's just like fucking riding his jet ski? The one heavy set guy. Like, he's just like out there fucking riding around. It's just...
Yeah, random!
Yeah. So he just wanted that.
This guy totally has a director's...
Yeah. So that's all that was.
Chrissy
But yeah.
Teigen.
Let me see. So, let's see. Can you still see what I'm showing you now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Netflix answer to the COVID-19 pandemic no one asked for, but everyone needed. So this is about Carol Baskin and the husband she murdered. 3 episodes later, Joe Exotic is being watched.
Oh, wait, I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see this one?
I can't see it.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's share something else.
Mom, I'm recording.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it now.
So basically, just the slide shows real quick, but it's like Carol Baskin murdered her husband 3 episodes later, and yeah, it's like you have no idea what's going to happen. Classic story of a man and woman who hate each other. Carol Baskin is a bitch, hate each other, deaths, tigers, polygamy, unexplained fires, a mauling, and drugs inside snakes. So, yeah. But these are all like pretty much the key players right here.
So maybe, we gotta have well, you know what we could do? Because what I'm thinking is that we can use these to, I'm trying to think, how can we do this? I'm trying to think, because we could totally use these in the video maybe, and just use it to read it off the podcast, like for the podcast.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah. Keep going. First up, Carol Baskin. Yeah, see, I like this. I like it.
And it's like, I never really knew my brother. I never really knew my brother because, gosh, by the time I was 15, he was 35, dead, moved out of home 10 years.
Oh, I love this
9. 6-year gap, Carol.
6-year gap, Carol.
Pretty standard.
Pretty standard. Pretty standard.
Why did she ever agree to even do the documentary itself? Which is a huge question. Because she's like, haha, the only way to get a tiger to eat someone is to cover them in sardine oil or something. Absolutely ironic. How Carol Baskin did Tiger King thinking she'd get to expose Joe Exotic and Doc Antle for animal abuse. And now all of America is obsessed with Joe and thinks Carol's a murderer. That's showbiz, baby. But it's the truth. That's why she did it. Now she's like all upset. And then I said, even when O.J. Simpson was weighing in. Because he was like, pretty sure she killed her husband. I said, it's the hate that makes it worth it. Remembering his Here Kitty Kitty video. And then just this funny one I think is hysterical. It's like, tigers have false eyes in the back of their ears to discourage predators from attacking them from behind. Slightly less terrified of tigers and 1,000 times more terrified of whatever the fuck a tiger considers a predator. That bitch Carol Baskin.
Bitch Carol Baskin. They're also like, who brought on coronavirus 2020? Carol Baskin.
I also said like it was like if you put Carol Baskins in charge of it, she'd have like the coronavirus dead in like a week or something like that. That's all I had. It was just really quick. It was just to kind of get like
covered with sardine oil.
Oh my god, totally the truth. So, but yeah, so like I just wanted to like bring back some like thinking about like this, and I know we talked a little bit about it, but I just like to have plans.
All right, so let me put us both on the screen. How the hell? Oh, I gotta wait till you start. Okay, wait.
Yeah, me go to my new share, and we go back to. Why can't I just show my face?
Oh, you gotta stop sharing.